Hello YouTube, this is Tipman2000 and today I'm bringing you a video about this Power Macintosh G4. So I'm going to be showing you a little bit about the upgrades this machine has had to it, and then I'm going to be showing you the capabilities. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to show off a couple of software titles, and I'm also going to show you benchmarks. Alright. I will be back shortly. Hey YouTube, so now I'm showing you the insides of this machine. So it's had a few modifications done to it. In fact, it's actually had so many modifications done to it that I'm going to start off by mentioning what's stock and not what's modified. So the only things stock are the case, the power supply, the CD-ROM drive, and this fan here. Oh, and the motherboard stock as well. Everything else is new. So let's start talking about the new components. Let's start over here. We've got a 300 gigabyte Maxtor drive, and it's an SATA drive. So it's actually running off of this SATA controller card here. This has this little red wire that runs this way all the way over here to the drive, and then the drive has a power wire from over here. And that's a 300 gigabyte model, so that's where all the files are stored for this system. It actually has a secondary drive over here. It's kind of just nestled in there. It's only a 2.5-inch laptop drive, but it's more like a backup drive. It's actually being used as a time machine right now. Moving along, the next modification is this card here, and this is a USB 2 card. One USB port on this side and a bunch on this side, 5 I believe. 2 of which are being taken by the USB 2 drive. Couple empty PCI slots here. And then the next modification we move on to this big one here, the meat of the system, the ATI 9800 Pro. This is like the top of the line ATI card from the age. I believe this is like a 2003, maybe 2002 card. According to this little sticker here, it's a 256 megabyte model, but when you load it up and you play games on it and you look at the system information on it, it only shows up as a 128 megabyte card. So, not sure about that, but that's the case. Next modification, we have 1.5 gigabytes of memory on 3 sticks. That's the maximum this computer will take. And then after that, the final modification is an OWC. I forget the name. I'll probably have it pop up on the screen for you. But it's an OWC CPU, a single G4, and it was originally set to run in between 1.4 and 1.47 gigahertz, depending on if you had a 100 megahertz bus or a 133 megahertz bus. So this is a 133 megahertz model. So that means that this CPU is set to run at 1.47 gigahertz. But that is not the case. This one has actually been overclocked. Overclocking is extremely simple on an old CPU like this. You see these little switches here. These 5 little switches. If you just switch those switches up and down a few times, eventually your CPU will start running at different speeds. So basically you just keep booting and see what works. And the fastest speed that I've been able to boot stably at is 1.6 gigahertz. So that's the current speed I had this thing overclocked to, 1.6 gigahertz from 1.47. So you get a gain of about 166 megahertz. Pretty respectable for, 2001 technology, 2000 technology. Alright, so I think that pretty much wraps up all the modifications that have been done to the inside. Also has an airport card for wireless, and a large mess of cables. But yeah, that's the system. You've got a nice beefy video card, an overclocked CPU, a SATA drive. So compared to the original configuration, it is quite a beast. Compared to today's computers, though, it's not so much, But for its time, it could run, you know, the latest graphics and whatnot. So that's what we're gonna do next. We're gonna show its capabilities. I'm gonna show you some software. All right. Well, I'll be back with more. All right, I'm back. I have switched to the PowerMac with the Mac Pro. As some people like to say, out with the new, in with the old. Or, I suppose nobody says that. But anyway, I'm going to show you this computer booting up. And then I'm going to show you the system specifications and the software. Here we go. So it is quite loud. There's a nice amount of sound emanating from the case. If you open it up, most of that sound is actually coming off of these two little fans here. Good amount of it is coming off of the graphics card. Luckily that fan is still spinning. I did a little bit of DIY with this one. The fan was not spinning very well, making a bit of noise, so I actually went in there and re-oiled it myself. Now it seems to be working fine. And now this thing is booting up. Please excuse the bad taste wallpaper. I actually like the Lamborghini Diablo. I don't care what you think. So obviously the CMOS or whatever has been reset. This computer hasn't been plugged in for a while. So I'm going to show you about this Mac. Now we're running Leopard. Now the processor is reported as 133 megahertz, but that is not accurate because this is a little bit more responsive than a 133 megahertz processor. But the memory is correct. And here you can see it's a PowerMac 3.4. Incorrect processor information. The graphics chip is a 9800 Pro, ATI R350, blah 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 blah. But once again, there you go, 128 megabytes for some reason, even though, as you saw on the sticker on the card, it's supposedly 256. And supposedly there's another slot for memory, but I can't find it. So, if anyone else wants to, you know, give me a little hint there, do so. Aftermarket USB buses, firewire, blah 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 blah. I don't know, I probably missed something, but anyway, let's move on to software. So the first thing I'm showing is going to be Hallo. Everybody likes Hallo, but Hallo requires a 698 megahertz. So I'm going to hold down the P key, so let me just hold down the P key really quick here with my camera hand. And we're going to look at the graphics settings for Hallo. Advanced pixel shaders, detail objects, model reflections, 4x sampling, lens flare high, model detail high. So the only thing that's not on maximum is lens flare, but I like to keep that on high because it's max extreme lens flare. I don't know, I don't really seem to notice much of a difference in gameplay. So here we are at the main menu. I'm going to turn the light off on my camera and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back now, and now I'm going to show you a little bit of Hallo on a little G4. So it's running at 720p, VSync enabled, specular enabled, shadows enabled, decals enabled, particles enabled, textures high. Alright. And we'll move into the game.
The Covenant believe that what they call the silent cartographer is somewhere under this island. The cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center. The island has multiple
so
structures
as you can
and
see, it's a little bit
contains the map
choppy.
We're approaching the LZ. It's gonna be hot.
But it's all there.
Touchdown, hit it, Marine.
So this is the choppiest part right here. You see the frame rate get a little bit low. Yeah, mostly when you look into the battle, like right here, the frame rate gets quite low. So I'm trying to aim at these guys over here, and I'm having a bit of a hard time because my computer is lagging. And I've tried different settings, I've tried different configurations, blah 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 blah. But it seems like the reason for this is because it's CPU bound. When it comes down to it, this game needs a little bit more powerful of a CPU than the G4 is, so it just lags. That's all it is. I've played this on like a MacBook, and it has no problem with it. The Intel Core 2 is fine. Whoops. Whoops. Alright. Alright, sorry about that. So, the camera actually ran out of space right as I was recording, but that's okay. I just missed one thing I was going to tell you, and that was that after that I wanted to show you the Warthog portion, and I didn't get to, but I'm going to go back later and record a Warthog portion for you so you can see that. So right now we're going to show Xbench running, and this is on the settings I already showed you, 1.6 gigahertz, blah 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 blah. Alright, begin. So for those of you that don't know, Xbench tests like all system components, hard drive, CPU, memory, graphics. It gives you like a nice overall idea for what you're capable of in terms of you know, everyday system performance. Right now you're seeing a bunch of colors on screen. It's testing how fast the GPU can draw all of that, and then it's going to test how fast the system can draw text, and then it's going to test hard drive access times. That's what it's doing right now, and then after that we're going to get like a little spit out that says boom, 130, there's your score, or 150, there's your score. So let's see our overall score. Overall score 61.3, and this is with Xbench version 1.3 running Leopard. So I'll just zoom in on these little scores so you can peruse them if you would so like to. If I can just get my camera to focus. The next thing I will be showing you after this is another game. Alright, I will be back with more after the break. Alright, we are back again for the third time now. I'm trying to show you Unreal Tournament 2004. First time I launched it, didn't want to launch. Second time I launched it, it launched off camera, and now it's launching correctly. So, of course, I do not have an NVIDIA card to play this game on. It is an ATI card, but it works just the same. And we're going to tweak the display settings just a little bit here. Try and get it a little bit more correct. Huh. Alright. I'm gonna edit it. Alright, so I don't seem to be able to get the screen to be exactly perfect, but we're gonna go ahead and join up on a match anyway. So if I remember correctly, I think this is running in like high settings, high textures, like 1280 by 1024 maybe. Yeah, not too sure. But I'm gonna show you the settings. Oops. Alright, so that was Unreal Tournament 2004, and my computer doesn't feel like it wants to play it anymore. I'm guessing that's due to the overclock, so I might have to step it back a little bit, but hope you got to see a little bit of the gameplay there. Yeah. Alrighty then, I hope you enjoyed, and we will be back in 1 second. And just wanted to show you the settings I was using to run Unreal Tournament. So I got OpenGL 1680 by 1050, 32-bit color, textures on normal, character detail on normal, world detail high, physics detail normal, dynamic mesh high, decal normal, character shadow blob. And every single one of those tick options right there is ticked off. And fog distance, it looks like set at maximum, so that's 1.00. Alright.